The people in this country think that it takes one man to solve or fix a country. Contrary to my view, it doesn't take one man, it takes a team. You need to have the best team to be working together. In my view, no one prime minister will change Papua New Guinea. That's the trouble that every prime minister runs into, thinking that they are the country's gift, they have all the answers. No. You know, the pieces of wisdom are found in many of the leaders. So in law and order, take for example, one, Sepuka's leading the team in terms of packaging our policy as alternative government. And our range of thinking is that law and order must be priority in the new government.
Yes.
Put money down. If it takes 1 billion, make the country safe first. Make him country safe. Or man Mary, Piginini Mary can round the street. Put 1 billion down and say, we're going to fix up all the district police stations, fix up the barracks, fix up living conditions for all the police living. Now you go to police barracks, it's worse.
That's right.
It's worse than security force in this country living in good accommodation. The government cannot provide good living conditions, yet we demand them to stand and protect our citizens. So one, fix up the infrastructure. Fix up the strategy and the police strategy that the good minister has been saying. You need to put money behind it. Things like all barracks, you make that and said, like, go and relocate them, go out. Now you look at this little barrack stuff, no issue of the country, time will fight, all creating issue. Police, the defense creating issue. Relocate these barracks out of the city, out of the capital city. So when you have a very strong minister and you have a very strong team, take a very strong approach. No, can you see? All you have to do is assemble the right team to come together. And the team will then work as a team to find solutions and fix the country. So for one, things like law and order, we need to appoint a very good minister who's going to be very drastic in some of the issues. Take for example, you look at incest, rape, murder. No, I'm no more there. Straight him outside law court. It's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against humanity. This is a symptom of a society that is decaying in its morals. What do? You instill values. So these crimes need to be punished very hard. You need to protect families. This line you make him. Every police you carry issue blow. Every police case you carry issue blow. Incest or rape, straight him outside law court. And there's no justice. You're just simply allowing normalcy to exist on crimes like this. So you must take a very strong stance. Declare these crimes against humanity and say, this is wrong. You don't want to make more sense. Life here, imprisonment. Take very drastic decisions, you see. The problem with our government is that they're trying to be too popular and too nice. You can't be that in a country where you are developing. You have a lot of strong, very contending issues. You need to be strong and decisive. At this stage, you may easy to mass. And then you may, things like tribal fighting will come up here. Look at the provinces who are, now as we speak, they're burning down schools. What have we done? Nothing. We are literally doing nothing. And what is nothing doing? Costing millions of public funds that we are spending on law and order, school, classroom, because nothing. We are choosing not to do anything. So we must do something drastic. Like comments in law and order. You look at Gore's market. All of us have families who live here in Mosby. When they go to Gore's market, the first thing now I'm told it happens is that you come out to car street or picking up and pulling back to Mikare Misla. In the heart of the city, it's not safe to even shop. Now what do? You must make drastic decisions to take those steps. So one, I think when we take new government, is to put in a very good, strong police minister who will not try to be liked or wanted or popular, but make the necessary decisions to bring order to our country. The police commissioner and the entire hierarchy, they are development partners, bilateral partners who want to give us assistance. We need that assistance to come forward and we can work together on all this. Number two, kind of something, me pigeon and me talk. You may got a line where you may probably stop, now you got a line where coming to the country blame me. Now you know how wrong coming to the country blame me. But you got a line where all broken loan are come inside. The time will come inside, all come nothing. But time will stop. Over strong, ground, money, business, PNG, all kiss him. Then will buy him citizenship. Then will come up Papua New Guinean. And then you will member, minister, government, protect him again. Against the protection of individual rights, Papua New Guineans blame again.
We allow our nominee,
the governor for East Sepik to speak. We also allowed the former Prime Minister, Honorable Peter O'Neill, so as Senior Pukatemu and Kerenge Kua, Senior Kerenge Kua, to lead us through our discussions this afternoon in our caucus. And of the 18 of us who met, we all spoke and agreed that because the Honorable Paita has moved his team out of the strong Pangu as a breakaway team to come and form this camp, it is only fair that we agree to his nomination. And I was very thankful that the governor for East Sepik, being a leader himself and someone who saw the need to allow this to happen, spoke very eloquently and spoke from the depth of his heart to allow this to happen. And so in all our discussions, the 19 of us, the 18 of us, we have all agreed through the discussions that we had today in our meeting, in our conversation, that the Honorable Rainbow Paita be the nominee for the opposition. And so, on behalf of the governor of East Sepik, the Honorable Alan Bird, the former Prime Minister, Peter O'Neill, Sir Pukatemu, the member for Abao, so as Senior Honorable Kerengakua, and all the 19 opposition MPs, the 18 opposition MPs, we have made addition, and we hope that we receive the respect of the people of Papua New Guinea, that the choice that we've made is for the betterment and for the good of this nation. Let me take this opportunity once again to thank Governor for East Sepik, Honorable Alan Bird, for putting his hands up to be our nominee for the last 3 unsuccessful attempts at the vote of no confidence motion. Let me also at this juncture again take this opportunity to thank the caucus, the body that is here at the sanctuary. In so doing that we have all agreed with the nomination of Honorable Rainbow Paita as the nominee for the Prime Minister's post from our camp. With that, let me announce to the people of Papua New Guinea and to the media that the opposition has agreed to have Rainbow Paita as the nominee, as our candidate for the nomination of Prime Minister. Thank you. I will now allow Honorable Governor.
Businesses are closing down. People are struggling to put food on the table. That is the issue. And what we have seen is that this government, the Marape government, no matter how nicely they might speak in public, the solutions are just not coming. This is not about me. I just happen to be the best candidate at the time, and I want to thank my 19 colleague members of parliament for their confidence in me. They felt I was the best person at the time to take the fight and lead the fight, and I think we did a tremendous job, and I want to thank the shadow ministers and everyone else who came out there and really magnified the issues for the people of Papua New Guinea. And as a result, we've seen a group of brave leaders of Papua New Guinea answer the call. Our parliamentary practice is that the group with the biggest number gets the nomination. The nomination contained in the Constitution does not belong to us, doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the people of Papua New Guinea. This is an instrument that has been made available in the Constitution to the people of Papua New Guinea through their leaders to use to change a government that is not performing. All we are doing is utilizing that provision. Mipla opposition, mipla karim des heavy, blow yupla people of the country, come, na mipla sotwit. Now all nubla line all come lo halpim, na karim des la walk ya. Mipla look sabe na to correct. Instrument lo senisim government, mipla now putim lo hand lo yupla. That's what we have done. And I want to thank my fellow leaders in the opposition. I mean, whatever happens, mipla bastabi at the opposition. We will still be here fighting for the people of Papua New Guinea. And if there are any more brave leaders who are sitting at Lolowata or somewhere else, I can assure you that the country, the situation our people are going through will actually get worse in the next 12 months. They're not going to get any better. There are no new ideas, there are no new initiatives from this government to solve the problems that our people are facing. Our people need hope. They need a change. They need something new.